The developer of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, Tantalus Media, is working on Nintendo Switch games. They specifically said, I don't remember the exact quote, we did not put it here, like, look through Nintendo's history of games and, like, see what you hope we would bring to Switch or something like that. Yeah. So I was thinking it might, fingers crossed, for either Super Mario Sunshine or Luigi's Mansion HD.
Oh, yeah, especially Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah. Or Pikmin.
I could see the Pikmin games. I could see Luigi's Mansion. I could see Super Mario 64. I
64
could see
would be great.
Any of the recent Zelda remasters. Just kind of making a easy transition over to Switch.
Yeah, we've talked about maybe doing like a Zelda remastered bundle too. I think it would be cool to see them work on something like that.
Yeah.
A
lot of the games.
I'd like to see them take on something new, although with the way that Twilight Princess HD looked, I don't know that I would want them to handle an N64 HD remake. I don't know that they have the visual sorts of fidelity to be able to pull that off really exceedingly well. But
yeah, with Twilight Princess, it was just kind of putting a little bit of polish on it, whereas with something like remaking an N64 game, you'd have to start from scratch, so...
Yeah, and Nintendo hasn't even nailed 3D Mario's visuals in HD yet, so I don't think. Okay.
Abrupt.
I guess no one agrees.
I'm not really sure.
I'm not really sure.
I'm not really sure if the art needs a lot of significant updates for HD. I mean, they've got...
Well, you and I don't know if any listeners are going to know what we're talking about, but I know you and I agree. There was that picture going around as like what 3D World looked like and what it needed to look like. It was basically just a lot more visual flourish. And I think they're pulling that off, it looks like, with Mario Switch, but I don't know that Tantalus could do it.
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with the design of 3D World, which was very blocky and angular and not very organic.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people were reacting to what we saw of it at first, which was very bland levels and level design, and then by the time it came out, we started seeing some crazier things with more original artwork, less pure throwbacks to New Super Mario Brothers, and people started warming up to it at that time. So I don't think it's that they've struggled adapting it to HD. I think it's that they haven't really made any of those like wide-scale Mario Universe type games on
I agree with that.
HD yet.
Yeah.
But I think for something like Super Mario 64, it'd be like taking the Galaxy art style and applying that back onto Super Mario 64, which I don't think would be that difficult. And there's a lot of assets already made. So
that's true, but I mean, I don't know. Mario 64 is pretty barren in comparison, and I don't know that Tantalus has
you're totally right about that. Yeah,
skills and tools necessary for that. But anyway, that's huge tangent. Capcom isn't sure about porting PS4 and Xbox One games to Nintendo Switch. I don't think we know if they know why, or I don't think we know why they're not sure yet. Probably is a combination of factors. They probably aren't familiar enough with the technology. They probably are sort of waiting to see how well Nintendo Switch does in the marketplace. I think there are a couple of reasons here.
I think part of it might also be they have other revenue streams from other games that aren't on PS4 and Xbox One, and they're going to want to keep those kinds of games going on Switch.
Yeah,
I do think that Capcom has a huge opportunity with Switch, though, to do like virtual console stuff, like Street Fighter 2 with 2 Joy-Cons. Like that can be huge potentially. With the whole local multiplayer thing that bringing Switch around out and about.
Yeah, so they're definitely supporting the console, and they've said they're researching the idea of multi-platform games on Switch, but that they're not sure it'll fit necessarily. They said there's differences in the desired direction and play style of Nintendo Switch than PS4 or Xbox One. So, but like you said, I think that might be a little bit PR speak, and it might be actually a little more about the hardware and the hardware sales.
Yeah.
Right. Hello everybody, thank you for listening to this Nintendo Week clip, NWC. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to us here on YouTube for more highlights and discussion videos from Nintendo Week podcast, or subscribe to us on iTunes for weekly breakdowns of all your Nintendo news, discussion segments on subjects, games, and more, and tons of other features. Thanks for listening, and we will see you tomorrow with another NWC.